Hello guys, and this is TheRussianGenius and welcome to this video. In this video I'm gonna be doing magic with bad cards. I have done this before and now I'm going to do this once again. I love doing videos like this where I try to do magic with different decks. This deck right here is a Indian deck of cards, and as you guys know, Indian cards are like condoms, one use only, and then you throw that out. Even the first time using them, they kind of feel exactly the same as 4 years later. This deck is approximately 5 years old, and I'm gonna be showing you some tricks and just show that you can do magic with any deck you want. This deck is, really good at fanning, so professional, so sexy, yeah. You can do some stuff with this deck that's easier rather than using the United States Planker Company deck from America, of course. For instance, it's much easier to do the pass. Much easier to do the pass. I'm not even lying. It's so much easier to do the pass with this deck because it is smaller. I guess Indians have, small hands, which is fine. Small hands, but big. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select a card, let's say the 4 of diamonds, and I'm going to sign it. The card is signed, and let's move on to the first trick. The first trick is going to be the ambitious card with this deck of cards. And as I said, some moves that you can do with this deck are a little bit easier than with a normal deck of cards. Hopefully that word doesn't, offend anyone. So yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna take the 4 of diamonds, push it in the center just like that, and when I snap my fingers, the 4 of diamonds is going to jump to the top. So look, as you can see, it's not on top because I have not snapped my fingers. And by the way, I have no idea if I'm flashing or not. Hopefully I'm not flashing. I'm going to do it a little bit better in case if I am. But if I snap my fingers, then the 4 of diamonds, the card that I signed, jumped all the way on top. Like that, as you can see. I can do it once again, place it inside the center of the deck, snap my fingers, and just like that, it jumps all the way on top of the deck. Quite cool, right? So that is, something that you can do. That's a small part of the ambitious card. In the center, like this, snap your fingers and it jumps all the way on top. Let's do something more, alright? 4 of diamonds. I'm going to push it down. This deck is not... This is not as slippery as the other cards, but you open it up, place it in the mouth just like that. I usually call that the Pac-Man cut, but then, it already jumped to the top that quickly. So that's a little bit of that. And what you can do, then we can do some of the basic slides like this. Take it, place it. God damn it, look at the sexy thing. Yeah, just like that, place it in the center of the deck. And now, as you can see, it's not on top of the deck, but if I snap my fingers, it actually jumps all the way on top. That's basically the ambitious card, and you are able to do some awesome stuff with this deck. Let me show you something more. So let me try to do some color changes, alright? In the center of the deck, take the top card and then change this into the 4 of diamonds. Let me do some color changes and a vanish as well. So look, 4 of diamonds, just like that, and it disappears from the deck. Let me do it once again with a different card. So let's say that it is the Jack of Hearts. So Jack of Hearts, I'm gonna take the Jack, and just like that, it vanishes from the deck. Also, the top shot, just like that, and there is the 4 of diamonds, the card that we selected. Now, to be honest, this is fine, it works good, and you can do tricks with this deck. You can, you can ask a spectator to pick a card, let's say the 4 of hearts, so that was the card. That's true. Just like that, tell them to shuffle it, you go into your pocket, and then you pick out one card out of your pocket like that, and you show that it jumped all the way down there. So this is quite interesting. Let's say that we pick the ace of hearts. Yes, the ace of hearts, like that. Take it, palm it off, and now it is palmed inside my hand, and you can do whatever you want with the card. This is just fun to do on video, and I enjoy taking decks that are not as good and doing some stuff that a lot of people think you can't do with those decks. Stuff like this, if you want to, you can probably even do, one of these switches like that. Yes, you can, and as you can see, I am switching the card with the use of this deck. And hey, it's actually possible. Quite cool, right? Also, if this video hits 2,000 likes, I am most likely going to send one of these decks to Pickcake so he can try it out on video and just, rate about that. So hit the like button if you want that to happen, and that will most likely happen if I can find these decks in this country that I live in. But the pass with this deck works really good indeed. Let me try to do a really good shuffle like that. That looks kinda weird, but it is indeed possible. So like this, and one card turned over, which is fine, the Jack of Spades, this little bastard. I don't really understand why he turned over. I'll wait, snap my fingers, and once again it turns over inside the deck, which is, a little bit weird, but hey, it works. So that is, kind of all I wanted to show you. I also want to show you a little bit more color changes, because you are able to do more color changes. There is the pass as a color change, and let's also do this move, which I did teach, called the clip shift. How did this happen? I'm actually palming the card, which is weird. Let me do this color change if I am able to do it. Yes, I kinda am able to do it. Like how clean does this, how clean does this, look like? Let me check it out. It looks fine, to be honest. Yeah, looks fine. Ah, god damn it! Two jokers. That's brilliant. So yeah, boom, like that. Yeah. The fanning of this deck is amazing. This is so good fans. To be honest, these decks in America, if you buy it on eBay or Amazon, they cost like $15, I think it was. Like shit, $15. I bought this for like $5. I am selling Phoenix decks on my website for, $5, $6, $7. And, I bought this deck for $5 when I lived in Denmark for, a few years. So I'm doing magic with a bad deck of cards. This deck of cards feels like it has been shuffled inside of an asshole. Like, this just feels so bad. And I'm not saying you can't pharaoh the cards, which is a different type of shuffle, but since these Indian cards are so shit, when you pharaoh them, you're actually destroying the cards. a lot more than they originally were. So yes, this is, you know, you can still do a lot of stuff. Surprisingly, you can still do this, as you can see. So that's, you know, that's quite cool that you know, you can do this with the deck, right? Boom, just like that. It's easier, matter of fact, to go to the spectator and say, hey, pick a card, you bastard, instead of saying this, pick a card. Because look at those clumps, man, those clumps are big clumps, yeah. So it's easier to do this, and then you're spreading, you know, almost one card at a time, sometimes doubles and triples and stuff like that. It's actually quite difficult to do it with this deck. Like, this deck seems to be a little bit stiff on the sides. Like, you know, you can spring the cards and all that. You can also do the anti-pharaoh and all that if that's what you want. But it's kind of stiff on the side, and it makes it really difficult to do this move. Like, you know, it took me like a lot of times before I was able to do it, and before the stiffness on the sides became a little bit softer. But, you know, this deck is fine. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can still do all the fancy finger flickery stuff. So yeah, you know, like this. And, you know, stuff like that. Man, I really do suck at this. But let me do one more color change. Two of spades, king of hearts, two of hearts. Two of hearts in the beginning. I accidentally said two of spades. And you know, the two of spades, this is the two of hearts. Let me see, it's supposed to be around the center. I would guess that the two of spades has disappeared from the deck. Yes, it has. I don't have the two of spades. So, you know, it's pretty interesting on what you can do with this deck, but there are still so many problems with this deck of cards. I don't know why. You know, I have a carpet which I bought. It's pretty good, the carpet, and I thought it was from India because we learned in school that Indians make carpets. Not all Indians, of course. I'm not trying to piss anyone off, but I checked the carpet. It's not made in India, which I don't know. It's just a random fact. It doesn't really make any sense to the video. I guess. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope that you enjoy this video. If you enjoy these types of videos where I talk to you and, you know, do some magic stuff, you know, just with a random deck of cards, whether it's bad cards or good cards, then make sure to let me know. I hope that you enjoy this, and let me try to do a difficult change. This is the most difficult change I know of. The ace is gonna change into the king of diamonds. That was quite bad. Just like that. That looked a little bit better indeed. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video.